Have you ever wondered how to solve a Roman numeral problem? Well, in this video, we're going to go over 10 Roman numeral problems and learn how to solve all of them. Let's do it. Alright, our first question is 3,976 equals what in Roman numerals? So we first need to know our Roman numerals. I've put a chart up on the screen. Take a look at it. Pause if you want to. Alright, now that you've seen it, let's solve. So you need to know one more rule before solving this problem, and that's the 9s and 4s. Alright, so a 9 and a 4, when you write it in Roman numerals, you don't write it out in the full extended form. So for example, 9 isn't V-I-I-I-I, and 4 isn't I-I-I-I. 9 would be written as IX because you're writing 9 and 4 as one before the next number. And 4 would be IV because similarly you're writing it as 1 before 5. And the same thing happens when you go up in scale. So 90 would be XC because it's 10 before 100. And 40 would be XL because it's 10 before 50. Alright, now that you know that, let's solve. Alright, so we need to break up our number 3,976 into its place values. The thousands, the hundreds, the tens, and the ones. So 3,976. So that's our number. So now we need to find what each of these are in Roman numerals and combine them. So 6 is VI in Roman numerals because it's 1 after 5. 70 is LXX because it's 20 after 50. 900 is CM because it's 100 before 1000 because it's the rule of nines. And 3,000 is just 3 M's. And now we just combine all these. So M, 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 C, M, L, X, X, V, I. And that's your answer. Alright, next up, 628 equals what in Roman numerals? So this is very similar to the last problem. So we need to break this up into its place values and then combine the totals in Roman numerals. So 628. Alright, so 8 in Roman numerals is V, I, because it's 3 after 5, or 3 plus 5. 20 is just 2 x's, or XX, because it's 2 tens. And 600 is DC, because it's 100 plus 500. And now we just combine these, and that's DC, X, X, V, I. And that's your answer. Okay, so this problem, 76 plus 119 equals what in Roman numerals, might seem completely different from the last problem, but it's actually very simple. So all you have to do is you have to compute this addition problem, and then whatever you get as the answer, you have to take that and turn that into Roman numerals. So let's do it. 119 plus 76. That's 195. Now we have to convert this 195 into Roman numerals. So we can break this up into 100, 90, and 5. So 5 in Roman numerals is just V. 90 is just XC because it's 10 before 100, and 100 is just C. So we combine these as C, X, C, V, and that's your answer. Next up, 43 times 27 equals what in Roman numerals? So this is very similar to the last problem. We just have to compute for the product and turn that into Roman numerals. Alright, so 43 times 27. So this is just basic multiplication. And when you do this, you get 1,161. And now you have to turn this number, 1,161, into Roman numerals. So we use the same technique of splitting it up into its place values. So 1,161. Alright, now we solve for each of these and combine it. So 1 is just I in Roman numerals. 60 is just LX in Roman numerals because it's 10 after 50. 100 is just C in Roman numerals, and 1000 is just M in Roman numerals. And now we just combine all of these, and we get M, C, L, X, I. And that's your answer. Next up, 2148 divided by 4 equals what in Roman numerals? Alright, so we just have to solve, and then we turn that into Roman numerals. So let's break this up actually to do this much easier. So we can do this as 2000 divided by 4 plus 148 divided by 4. And now this is very easy to solve because 2000 divided by 4 is just 500. And then 148 divided by 4, now we have to solve for that. So 148 and 4. So 4 does not go into 1, but it goes into 14 3 times. So 3, and then we subtract 12. And that gets us 2. And now we just bring down this 8. And 4 goes into 28 7 times exactly. So now we subtract 28. And we have a 0 remainder, which means we have 37. And we have 500 up here, so all we have to do is 500 plus 37. And that gets us 537. Now we have to break this apart again and turn it into Roman numerals. Alright, so 537. So 7 is VII in Roman numerals. 30 is XXX in Roman numerals because it's 3 tens. And 500 is just D in Roman numerals. Alright, now let's combine these. So, alright, now let's combine these. So when we combine these, we get D, X, 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 V, I. And that's your answer. Okay, next up. 2897 minus 1670 minus 599 plus 1 equals what? Alright, so let's solve. We just have to do all these subtraction and addition problems, and then whatever we get as a solution, we turn that into Roman numerals. So 2897 minus 1670. So we can just do this really quickly. So that's 7, 2, 2, and 1. So 1227. Now we have to subtract 599. So 1227 minus 599. Okay, so 7 minus 9. You can't do that, so you have to borrow 1. So this becomes 1, and this becomes 17. 17 minus 9 is 8. Alright, 1 minus 9. You can't do that, so you have to borrow 1. So 1. This, and then this becomes 11. So 11 minus 9, that's just 2. And now we have 1 minus 5. You can't do that, so you have to borrow this 1. However, since it would just do the same effect, we are just going to write this as 11 minus 5. And that's 6. And now we have 628. But we have to add 1. And that's 629. Now we have to convert 629 into Roman numerals. Alright, let's break it up. 620 and 9. 9 in Roman numerals is IX because it's 1 before 10. 20 in Roman numerals is XX because it's 2 tens. 600 in Roman numerals is DC. And now we just have to combine these. So we get D, C, X, X, I, X. And that's your answer. Next, 1,540,200. Alright. Now that we've progressed to bigger numbers, our old chart from earlier is not enough anymore. We need to know one more thing, and that's the line. When you put a line over any Roman numeral, for example, a D, it just adds 3 zeros. So usually a D equals 500. But in this case, when you add a line over the D, it becomes 500,000. So all this line does is it equals 3 zeros at the end of the number. Knowing that, let's solve this. So what we can do is we can write this in 2 different parts. So we have the 1,540,200. We can break this up into 1,540 and 200. Then we solve for each of these and combine it. So 200 is just CC. And now we have to break up this 1,540,000 or 1,540. So that's just 1,540. 40 is just XL because it's 10 before 50. 500 is D. And 1,000 is M. And now we just combine these. And this part is M, D, X, L. However, that's for 1,540. We're looking at 1,540,000. So we have to have a line over all of this. Now we just combine these two and we get M, D, X, L with a line over it. And then C, C. And that's your answer. Next up, 1 million equals what in Roman numerals? Okay, so 1 million. Alright, so we know that we can't write 1 million as one Roman numeral. There's no signed Roman numeral to it. However, we can use our line. So the line is equal to 3 zeros, as known from the last problem. So using our knowledge gained from the last problem, let's solve this. So if we get rid of these 3 zeros at the end of 1 million, it just becomes 1,000, which is M. However, we have to have these 3 zeros at the end. So we need to add these 3 zeros on, meaning we can write this as M with a line over it. And that's your answer. Next, 43 squared equals what in Roman numerals? Alright, all we have to do is compute for the product and then turn that into Roman numerals. Okay, so 43 squared. So the cool trick for doing squares of a number is you have to break it up. So 43 is 40 and 3. And now we square each of these. So 3 squared is 9 and 40 squared is 1,600. But that's not it, because we also need to do 2 times the product of A and B to get the last number we need to add. And A and B in this case are 40 and 3. 40 times 3 equals 120. And 2 times 120 is 240. So now we know that we need to add 1,600, 9, and 240. And that gets you 1,849. Alright, now let's turn this into Roman numerals. So 1,849 is 1,840 and 9. So 9 is IX in Roman numerals because it's 1 before 10. 40 is XL in Roman numerals because it's 10 before 50. 800 is DCCC in Roman numerals because it's 300 plus 500. And 1,000 is just M. And now we combine all these to get M, D, C, 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 X, L, I, X. And that's your answer. Next, if A equals 43 and B equals 19, then 3A minus 5B equals what in Roman numerals? Alright, right off the bat, we can eliminate C and A because those are not in Roman numerals. So it's only B, D, or E. But let's just solve this without considering the answer choices. So 3A minus 5B. So if A equals 43 and B equals 19, this equation becomes 3 times 43 at minus 5 times 19. Alright, now we just multiply. So 3 times 43 is 129. And 5 times 19 is 95. And now we just do subtraction. And we get 34. And we just have to convert this into Roman numerals. So 30 and 4. So 30 is just X, X, X. And 4 is just I, V. And now you combine these to get X, 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 I, V. And that's your answer. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to show your support. These videos take a lot of effort to make and I would really appreciate it.